Dear students, today we are going to learn one more lesson, that is grammar and composition. Lesson number 3, grammar and composition. Why this lesson should be studied? Because we should know the essence of a language through a grammar. What is composition then? Composition is nothing but the application of the grammar. Therefore, for every language, there is a grammar of its own. Take for example in Kannada. In Kannada also there is grammar, sandhi, samasa, all these things are there. Therefore, grammar and composition learning is very important, first of all. And one who studied grammar carefully, he will become very good in that particular language. And definitely, he will not mix other languages at the time of talking. Take for example our Yakshagana and Talamaddale. Have you heard the name of these things? Yakshagana, a folk art, especially North Canara and South Canara, it is very popular. There, they are not using any English word. They are well versatile with the particular language, that is Kannada, Karavali Kannada. That is why Yakshagana is more popular among North Canara and South Canara and some part of Shimoga district also. Therefore, Talamaddale, it is an intelligence brain can attend that Talamaddale. They will allot a character of a drama or epics. You have to bear in mind that character, and you have to study, you are forced to study that epic part which has been given, That you have to study, and without practicing, you have to tell or argue with the other actors with your inner intelligence and knowledge. That is a special skill. Talamaddale. After Talamaddale, all the persons or actors will go to stage Yakshagana. They will learn dancing. That is folk dance is there in Yakshagana. There are 7 to 8 talas, what we so called as. That's why grammar and composition is very necessary to learn. What is grammar? Let us study. Grammar is nothing but the principles of the language. Grammar tells us the principles of the language. Language should go like this. Language should go like this. All these things we are studying in language. Take for example, a small example I am giving you. You see Rama in wedding houses. These things you might have seen in wedding houses. Rama weds Sita. A hoarding will be there always in front of the gate. An arch will be there. Rama weds Sita. Here you see Rama is the subject, weds his verb, and Sita, whom he is marrying, is object. Therefore, subject is marrying object with the help of a verb in English. But what happens in Kannada? Kannada, you see Rama ಸೀತೆಯನ್ನು ಮದುವೆಯಾಗುತ್ತಿದ್ದಾನೆ. This is Kannada. ಮದುವೆಯಾಗುತ್ತಿದ್ದಾನೆ. You should know the difference between these things. This is Indian language. This is foreign language. In all the Indian languages, even in Hindi, Ram ne सीता को शादी कर रही है अथवा कर रहा है. रामा इंडियन लैंग्वेज, सीತೆಗೆ सीता कर रहा है ವರ್ಬ್, ಕ್ರಿಯಾಪದಕ್ಕೆ ಕ್ರಿಯಾಪದ ಇದೆ ನೋಡಿ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಕರ್ತೃ ಕರ್ಮಪದ ಕ್ರಿಯಾಪದ. We are reading like this, but whereas in English the verb always comes in the middle. Verb comes in the middle, object comes at the last, and subject comes at the first. That is the difference between Indian language. Therefore, to translate from one language to another Indian language, it is very easy. But to translate to English, it is very difficult, because we have to bear it in mind, and we have to bring that verb which is at the last, in the center, and we have to construct the sentence in English. This is the trouble that everybody is facing in speaking English. Understand, all of you? This is just an example. Okay, now grammar. Grammar tells us the principle of the language. Just learning principle is not enough, dear children. If we know the children, we have to apply it to the language. That is very important. When we know the principles, take for example mathematics. You know all the formulae. That is, a plus b whole square is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. You know these things. And even Pythagoras theorem. What is Pythagoras theorem? The square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. This is principle. But in a triangle, right angle triangle, if we do the sum, then only you can understand the Pythagoras theorem. The theorem is grammar. The application, that is what you are doing the lesson or doing the sum, is called as composition. Likewise, grammar is called the backbone of a language. ಇದನ್ನು ಬೆನ್ನುಹುರಿ ಎಂದು ಕರೆಯುತ್ತಾರೆ. Grammar is always called as backbone of the language. Without grammar, there will be no language at all. Our earlier stalwarts, literators, poets, they all know grammar very well. Take for example in Kannada, K.V. Puttappa or Kuvempu, Shivarama Karanta, Dara Bendre, now H.S. Venkateshamurthy, Gokak, Vikur Gokak, Chandrasekhara Kambar, Girish Karnad, all the Dhanapita awardees have learnt grammar very well. They swallowed the grammar and then they have started writing the things. But what happened today? Today, for Kannada learning people, no grammar at all. Take for example Kaviraja, a modern poet of cinema. He is writing, you see, I will tell you Uday Shankar's lyrics. ಹೂವು ಚೆಲುವೆಲ್ಲ ನಂದೆಂದಿತು, ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಹೂವ ಮುಡಿದು ಚೆಲುವೆ ತಾನಂದಿತು. ಹೂವು, the flower, is telling, I am the beauteous person. But a girl who is wearing that flower is most beautiful. When he wears that flower, is the meaning of that line. ಹೂವು ಚೆಲುವೆಲ್ಲ ನಂದೆಂದಿತು, ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಹೂವ ಮುಡಿದು ಚೆಲುವೆ ತಾನೆಂದಿತು. You see, what a beautiful. Now, what is Kaviraj? ಶಿವ ಅಂತ ಹೋಗುತ್ತಿದ್ದೆ ರೋಡಿನಲ್ಲಿ, ಅರ್ಧ ಟ್ಯಾಂಕು ಪೆಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಇತ್ತು ಬೈಕಿನಲ್ಲಿ, ನೀ ಬಂದೆ ಸೈಡಿನಲ್ಲಿ. ಎಷ್ಟು ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ ಆಯ್ತು ರೀ. ಕನ್ನಡ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ ಪದ್ಯ, ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಅನ್ನಕ್ಕೇನು ಅವನಿಗೆ ಸತ್ತೋಗ್ತಾನ ಅವನು. ಇಂಥ ವಿಚಾರಗಳು, ದೀಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ not required. That is why Kannada is going down for these people only. Therefore, we should not use English at the time of speaking Kannada. That is why I appreciate this Yakshagana and Talamandali, because they are not using a single word in English or any other language. Therefore, you see, grammar is called the backbone of a language. And composition, that is very important. In future course, we are giving composition to you. All of you have to attend homework. Homework is nothing but composition. Therefore, if you apply it on language, then only you can understand the principles of the grammar. Everybody will tell, a sentence. What is a sentence? Sentence is a group of words which gives complete meaning. It is not enough. How many kinds of sentence? There are 4 kinds of sentence. Oh, this is not. Only by adding the things is not necessary. Even if you do not know the principle of the language, you should know the application. That is very important. Therefore, grammar plays very important role. Take for example our Dara Bendre Cholam, all stalwarts. Take for example in English, Shakespeare, William Wordsworth, Keats, H.W. Longfellow, Yeats, and Brecht. All are scholars. They have written so many novels, so many dramas and other things. They have all learned this grammar of that particular language. Let us come to English grammar. English grammar, earlier it has been designed. It is about in 1800 or 19th century starting or 18th century or some such thing like that. Earlier there was no grammar, only people used to talk something about English. But in 1885 or 1886, two persons in England, one is Wren and another one is Martin. Wren and Martin, they have designed a grammar for their high school students. Even today, more than a century, even today, that book is very popular among students. Therefore, high school English grammar and composition written by Wren and Martin. This is the base grammar book. Likewise, in Kannada also, Shabdamani Darpana, written by K.C. Raja. That was the first grammar book. Therefore, Kannada or Sanskrit, I do not know, but in English, these two people have written a very good book, and key has also been printed. Key means answers to the exercises there. I am going to give exercises from that book also in future course of action, but I will not give you the key. I will not give you the key, and you have to answer. I will correct it. Okay. Then grammar is over. Next, composition. What is composition? Composition is the written application of the grammar. That is very important. What all the principles that you have studied in the grammar, that should be applicable to composition. You may be given to construct a sentence. You may be given to form a sentence with the jumbled words. All these things are composition. Therefore, if you learn only grammar, it is not enough. Composition is also very important. Therefore, there is no language without grammar. We say, there is no grammar without composition. Again, I repeat, there is no language without grammar, and there is no grammar without composition. Composition illade grammar illa. Bhashege grammar very mukhya. These are the important things that we are going to learn. Therefore, if we study the grammar and composition systematically, then we will survive in English. Yesterday, one of your Miss Hema telephoned me and asked me, I am also doing grammar after the lessons are over. Sir, whether I have to stop because you are doing. But I told her, you go ahead with your exercises. I will not come in your way. But when my course is completed, my complete course is completed, the students will understand and again will attend those exercises in an easy manner. Therefore, you don't worry, you go ahead. They will link when and where the subject is covered in my tuition. Therefore, I hope all of you will study the grammar carefully. All the lessons, I think you have written all the lessons today, and second lesson over and third lesson, you have to read the lesson. Just a para is there, and already given, the notes has already given on this lesson. You read the notes and copy the notes. Tomorrow there will be one more lesson, lesson number 4. What is lesson number 4? Lesson number 4 is how to learn effective English. Tomorrow's lesson. Thank you very much. We will meet tomorrow. Okay.